I realized today you basically have two options for making content. You either are taking your followers on a journey, or you went on a journey and now you're showing them what you did. Like I tweeted this this funny picture of this awesome kid doing ice baths every day for a year. He's like, he's a little pudgy. I'm sure he's a nice kid. It's funny. Originally, when he started making those, I saw them and it's like, today's day 3 of doing an ice bath every day until I stop feeling like doing them. It's really funny. I feel like where a lot of people mess up is you try to explain your journey when you've never been on one. And I've definitely been down that path where like, I'm trying to preach, but I haven't done anything. And that is when you just spin your wheels forever, because no one wants that. And people can see right through it. Like what I'm doing is I'm trying to make it clear, which is I just want to build the world of obsession. I want obsession to become a religion. Look how cool this street is. Isn't that sick? Sam, this is actually vlogging. I've been saying how I like doing just the sit down videos because it's so easy. I just sit down and rant and have good energy lately, so I just can rip it. But I don't know, it's kind of cool to be out in the city. It's 10 p.m. right now, night before the first run cult. Tonight's a special night. I spent the last 72 hours basically, or 48 hours completely obsessing over how to make this event work and how to have every detail be great so that someone can come and have an incredible experience of, obsession and the joy and ecstasy that I get from running. And so I talked about it in the last video, like what happened, my plan for it, but I'm sure all of that has changed by now because I talked to a bunch of people. I've changed the whole plan. I have the whole thing choreographed. The way I'm trying to view it is it's like, this is a performance. This is a theater of obsession. And the people who come in to run are getting to be part of that, performance. And, me and Hunter and Dylan, who are helping do it, are, we're choreographed. We're choreographing it. We're like the ones, directing the play in some way. But anyway, back to the journey. It's like, my journey is to build the world of obsession. And by doing that, I'm trying to reach the pinnacles of artist, athlete, entrepreneur. Become one of the best artists and writers in the world. Become one of the best athletes in the world. Become one of the best entrepreneurs in the world. And that's really relative. When I say the world, it's more of, I think, just reaching, I call it the pinnacle. And it's like reaching my personal potential, whatever that is. And it really doesn't exist. And that's the whole point. But to make it even more specific this year and even better is I called this year an obsession year, which, I didn't realize how good a framing that was until like the My First Million guys shouted it out. They really liked it. And people started saying, oh, for this year, my obsession is going to be X. Kind of like how people say their resolutions, which is really sick. And next year, I was planning on making it a big thing this year with the obsession year, like a big challenge. You can submit all this, blah, blah, blah. But I realized like I need to just go do it myself first. Let me make YouTube videos every day and obsess. And then if it works, which it will work, open it up as a challenge and more of like an official thing that people can take part in. So anyway, I'm walking back to the office right now because I still have to do some work. Today was one of the best days ever. It was just like pure obsession, getting this thing ready, meeting Hunter, Dylan from the office, ripping around New York, trying to find the right route for this run cult. Tomorrow will be interesting. I have no idea how many people will come. So I'm trying to, set expectations. And, my problem is like, if 20 people come, that's still sick. That's a great run cult, especially considering I called it a run cult and made it about sprints, and made it include sprints. But I'll obviously be like, I think I'd be happy with 50 people. And I think I'd be happy with like 30, honestly. That would be sick, honestly. To go from 3 days ago, this was nothing. 3 days later, you have 30 savages running downtown Manhattan, doing sprints in a run cult. Look how beautiful that is. This is why I love New York, because I'm gonna go straight vlogger right now and just rip it with this light. This is why I love New York, because it's almost like no one's here. Hey, if you're like me and you live in the obsessed hours of, that's a new phrase, by the way. Like if you're like me and you live in the hours of like early mornings and late nights, the city's empty. Like look behind me. No one's here. This is a busy area. This is like, that's the Williamsburg Bridge right over there. Or sorry, Brooklyn Bridge. That's the Brooklyn Bridge right over there. And it's only like 10 p.m. every day breaks my brain. I've been in the city 2 years, actually almost 3 years, and I don't understand how it's empty all the time everywhere. In early mornings and late nights. I'm gonna start calling those the obsessed hours, because that's definitely when the obsessed come alive. This run cult might be the greatest thing I ever do. I have no idea what tomorrow's gonna be like, but I've never felt this much demand for almost anything I've ever created. The name is perfect because not only is it like a run cult, it's like that sick, and yeah, it's a little cringy to call a cult, but because a run cult is like a cult is two like letters away from a run club, because club and cult are so similar, it's like, oh, it's such a good, it's insane that like words can do that. Like, you know, it just like happened that these two words are so similar, and I know there's probably a reason why, but like, it's sick. And so now people can text their friends and be like, hey, want to join this run cult with me? Versus like joining another random run club. The other reason I'm really bullish on it is I scouted out some run clubs, which are great, like Endorphins, which is amazing. But it was definitely a majority girls. Maybe not a large majority, but like a good majority. And I feel like guys are more hesitant to go to run clubs than girls. I just think if you're like a girl in a city, it's like a thing. You go and you're like, oh, I want to meet new girls. I'm going to go to this run club. Has a friendly vibe. But guys, I don't think do that. I've never gone to one other than my friend Danny's and my friend Tyler's. It's like, so I'm really excited to make this thing my own. I think the sprints are going to be the reason it actually works so well. And the only reason we're doing the sprints is because I was doing them in my marathon workouts because of my coach, Jonah, because Austin Marathon has a lot of hills. So at the end of my easy runs, most of them, I go and rip some hill sprints. They're not hard. It's like, it's fun to sprint. And people are going to feel that feeling and feel so alive. And I think that's what's going to make them come back. And that's the goal. The goal is to make this a big thing. Now that I think it's real. Like, I got the Instagram handle. Somehow it's available. At Run Colts. And it's like, how is that not taken? Like, that's when you know you have a good idea. You know you have a good idea when you ask yourself, how is no one doing this? Fantastic that news. I love that building. We decided to do the run cult in the first one. I'm actually not supposed to say where, but I'll just say somewhere down here in downtown Manhattan near. Just because like this is where a Fight Club would take place. Like this is like the old like epic buildings, gothic buildings, and this just feels like you're part of something when you're down here running through the streets. I don't know. I'm freezing. I'm recording this right now because I didn't record today until this, and it's 10 p.m. and I have to be up at like 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. and I'm so tired. My neck hurts. What I literally just did is I literally just went to the gym to sit in the hot tub because my neck and like my back are so fucked from being on my screen nonstop the last like 3 days. I looked at my screen time last week and it said 15 hours a day, which is, I think, accurate. And if it is accurate, extremely frightening, and I definitely need help. But hey, I've never been happier, so I guess that's important. And I still feel overall healthy. I'm just definitely not sleeping enough, and I'm definitely have my neck too craned, like looking at a computer. But it's not my fault. I'm trying to review cult applicants. Cult leaders have responsibilities, and I have a lot of them. I was debating how hard to lean into the cult leader thing. I decided that I don't want to lean into it at all. And the only way the run cult actually works is if people just kind of forget about me. That's kind of the goal. So like, I was thinking of wearing like a unique color, like all white or something. But I decided, me and Dylan Hunter hosting are gonna wear like something unique, like some type of unique color compared to all black, which is what everyone else is wearing. But I was gonna go all white and everyone else in all black, but like, no, that's not how this should work. Yeah, that's what I'm telling him. It's wild how quickly I'm getting comfortable talking to the camera. Like 2 weeks ago or a week ago even, I couldn't, talk in public. I mean, yeah, there's no one around me, but couldn't do that. And I couldn't hold sentences clearly. And I feel like I'm getting so much better every day. That's why you have to do it every day. I'm almost back to the office now. I think I'm going to stop vlogging. I feel like I said enough here. I didn't really say anything, but I'm just like documenting the journey right now. Documenting the obsession. I feel like the run cult thing is going to be very big. I think it's going to very quickly become out of my hands because the whole nature of run cults is that, don't talk about run cults. You don't need permission. Just like go and run. And so I don't know who's it's a very catchy name, and I don't know what people are gonna do with it. Let's find out. Let's see. Good night. Stay obsessed.